Welcome back to Let's Play Colosseum. Pokemon Colosseum. It's been a long time. You guys have no idea how annoying it is to sit there for almost 3 days waiting for a chance to record, and you can't do it. It's very irritating. So on that note, let's go ahead and get started. I'm leaving that pathetic attitude at the door. So in the last episode, we beat the Pirate Colosseum and mostly just spent our time getting Shadow Pokemon in the square. But now you'll notice, there's this guy. Hi there, you must be the superb trainer who's emerged triumphant in our latest battle challenge. Mayor B, the town's true mover and shaker, wishes you to have a gorgeous gift. Now follow me. I love how we're all walking and we're just all perfectly synchronized. It's beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Right, I'm back with our latest challenge champion. Let's present our lucky winner with the Shadow Pokemon and watch Chaos Unleashed. Oh, nice one. Our new champ is quite the appealing charmer. Makes a nice change from the parade of macho muscle men. Wait, this isn't happening! This guy, he's that Delta guy Mirror B's been carrying on about. What? The same guy who messed with us in Finax City? God, I didn't know that when I let him in here. I'll boot you back out. Moron. Seems like that would be one of the first things you would make sure, but no. So anyway, Cypher Pionor, he has Yanma and Pineco out first. He also has a Surskit and then Kata. And his Yanma is the Shadow Pokemon here. So, in case you couldn't already tell, this is kind of a bad team to start with, but Psychic attacks will take out his team pretty quickly. Just make sure you don't overdo the attacks against Yanma, because Yanma is very high speed based, and really everything else isn't that big a deal. So, you can use Thunder Wave on it, and I'll go ahead and bite Pineco. Once again, like the rest of the Shadow Pokemon, if you do accidentally kill it, you will always just get another chance. Because you'll get a second chance for any Shadow Pokemon you accidentally kill, so it's all good. And having him be paralyzed is actually better because the turn order changes. If you're paralyzed, you're less likely to go first, so. And since Yanma at the end of each turn gets a speed upgrade due to its ability, that's going to come in handy. So now let's go ahead and get rid of the rest of his... Well, no. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of the rest of his team. That should be our primary concern right now, so... I do not know if that Pineco knows Explosion or Self-Destruct. I don't think it does. Which is good, because a lot of Pokemon in this game don't seem to know it. Like, some of the Mount Battle trainers have Explosion, but... or Self-Destruct, either one, but you don't tend to see it too much in the main overall story. It's just not very common, I guess. But yeah, you'll see how Yanma went last there behind everyone else. Well, I guess except for Pineco. And that's because it was paralyzed. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on beating Yanma, I guess, because Shadow Rush isn't going to do a lot to these guys. So I might as well focus on having Umbreon take out Nincada and Surskit whenever it shows up. Yeah, Shadow Rush isn't going to do that much against it, so... But yeah, Yanma's a very high-speed Pokemon. Its defense isn't fantastic. I know the fact that I didn't do that much damage doesn't make it seem like that's true, but... defense-wise, it's got very little. Its main appeal is its high speed and the fact that it can increase its speed at the end of each turn, so if you can keep it alive, it will go first very often. But for now, let's go ahead and take on Nincada. And yep, as expected, Surskit. That all Yanma is doing is Uproar. Calling Whisper, huh? Oh well. I'll probably hit it one more time and then try to start catching it. Meantime, I'll worry about getting rid of Surskit. Surskit's kind of like Yama. It's really high speed based. Ninkata and Pineco not as much, but yeah, his team's not fantastic. Oh no, Bubble. Now there is a reason that I'm showing this battle, and that's because I'm kind of debating on how to go through Pyrite building, and I'll probably figure out when I'm actually editing it through. Because there's a lot to Pyrite building, and I kind of just want to get it done all in one video. Because there's... Well, let me go ahead and enter my commands first. Items. Got one Pokeball left, might as well use it. Or at least try to use it. And Bite Surskit. But yeah, let me check my notes here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we got 10 battles in here. And most of these guys have Shadow Pokemon. I think at least 4 total. But there's a fair bit of Shadow Pokemon, and so I'm kind of debating on what to do. What I'll probably do is show the battles, and then cut out my leaving to heal and or save. I guess I caught that Yama. I did catch it, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. I totally wasn't paying attention. That's why I checked. I was like, well, there's no way I could have killed it because I only attacked with Umbreon and it didn't even kill Surskit, so it wouldn't have made sense. But yeah. Anyway. Really, this guy's only threat is the fact that he tends to go first quite a bit. That's all she wrote. Looks really weird seeing my Pokemon with different movesets and they're still Shadow Pokemon. Because I just finished actually going through all 100 levels of Mount Battle with my team. And they're like all level 70 plus, so... So now they run away. And this guy runs in. So yeah, that would be why he wasn't doing anything. His Pokemon was taken away. And so yeah, he was blackmailed. I have no idea what would happen if you chose no, and it would probably be a butt down must anyway. Mirror B might look... Dude, have you seen what you look like? Anyway, you can go ahead and pick this up if you want. It is an Ein file. They're kind of just all over the place. You don't really need to read them. They're basically just explaining more about Shadow Pokemon. I think H is about the heart gauge. Like, for whatever letters on it, that's what it's talking about. So H is heart gauge, P is purification... and so on and so forth. And everything that's in those files, I've either already explained, or there's no point in explaining right now, and when we get to it, I'll explain it. So, yeah, there's really no reason for that. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put Yanma in the storage. For the record, in this game, I never use the item storage, so don't expect me to see anything, or to see anything in there. If you want to see what it looks like, then, well... withdraw deposit. Just looks like this. Looks like any PC in a regular Pokemon game, so... yeah. I never run out of inventory space. It's not like other games where it's pretty easy to run out of inventory space, and this one it's, you know, pretty easy to keep your inventory fairly well stocked and not overstocked, so for the most part it's pretty easy. What I'm going to do right now, because I kind of noticed I'm a little low on Pokeballs and Great Balls and whatnot, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and buy some more Pokeballs, and I'll just meet you back at where we picked up that Ein file, so I will see you guys momentarily. So anyway, now we're officially in here. Whenever you go to the right, you can walk up here, and you don't really need to fight this trainer, but if you choose to, you can go ahead, some free experience, and it'll get your heart gauge down, so I'd recommend it. Her name is Chaser Kai, and she has a Fanfy and a Trap Hints, so expect to see ground types and, choose your types accordingly. And one other thing I'm just going to mention throughout this battle is at the end of it, my Umbreon leveled up to 30, and so I could learn a new move, Confuse Ray, and thus I deleted Taunt for it. That's really the only thing I wanted to mention there. The elevator behind her is not usable yet because we don't have the key for it, so unfortunately, like I said, you don't need to battle her at all. Going up that door will, unfortunately, cause this guy to catch sight of you no matter what happens, so you can't go to the healing center immediately. You'll have to deal with Rollerboy Pike first, who luckily just has 2 flying types, Tailo and Hoot Hoot. Really not that big a deal, so just take them out with electric type, whatever you want to use, really. So whenever you beat him, you have the healing and PC area now available, and since there are no shadows, you don't have to worry about, or at least no shadows in here, minus the very top of the building. You don't have to worry about that too much. Pretty much the only thing I'm going to say about this area is, since it's post-commentary and I kind of cut it a lot, it's going to be all over the place for a little bit here, so you're just going to have to bear with me. It's why I'm talking a little bit fast. But regardless, now that I've taken care of that, I'm also going to put in the annotation, well, not the annotations, but you know what I mean, the things in editing of which Pokemon I start with per battle, because I did not do that in editing. But anyway, going up the stairs, if you try to go up, there's just ends up being a dead end. There's nothing there. If you go down, you will fight Bandana Guy Geets. He has a Carvanha and a Larvitar, so you can take out the Carvanha with Electricity, a Grass type if you have it. He also has a Barboach, so, it won't work there because Barboach is part ground. But after you beat him, you will go down and start running to the right, and that will trigger this guy to show up, which is Hunter Gear. If I remember, his team is nothing fantastic at all. It's a Remoraid and a Magnemite, so yeah, don't worry about too much. The Remoraid, you might want to take a little bit of note of so that you'll be catching a Shadow one a little bit later. But once you beat him, keep going to the right, and you go up into the first room, and you can see there's a treasure chest in the corner. But this guy blocks it first, Bandana Guy Loba, and he's kind of creepy, actually, if you read his dialogue. But he has a Wingull and a Wooper, so 2 water types. Wingull's going to be 4x weak to electricity, but Wooper is part ground, I believe, so electricity won't work on it there. After you beat him, you can pick up the treasure chest and get 5 Great Balls from that. And then immediately go to your left and get ambushed by a Macho Muscleman, as they will tell you later on, Bodybuilder Ackman. And I'm pretty sure he just has electric types too, so, if you got ground, use it. Electric and Voltorb. Most likely this battle will inflict paralysis on you, so you kind of have to watch out for that. After you beat him, go up the stairs, and you can just go right around the corner, and what a surprise, get ambushed again. There's a lot of trainers in here, in case you couldn't tell. Ryder Raylene, I guess that's how you pronounce her name, I'm not quite sure, and I don't really care. She has Duo and Ladybug. Those are both weak to electric, or at least the Duo is, I know that for a fact. As flying types usually are. And also a Swablu, so there's a really good opportunity to get Flaffy leveled up right there. Keep going to the right, and on the same hallway, you will get ambushed by another guy. Yeah, I know. They didn't really space them that far apart, did they? But regardless, he has a Spheal and a Snorunt. Snorunt will be weak to fire, but keep in mind that Spheal is ice and also water, so fire will be normal damage. At the end of this battle, I also got Espeon up to level 30, and because of that, I got to remove Helping Hand and put in Swift instead, so it was really good to get that, because that's a very good move for helping me catch Shadow Pokemon, because it's not particularly strong, so I'll definitely be making use of that whenever I'm catching Shadow Pokemon. So, after beating that guy, you'll notice there's a couple doors. This first one has nothing in it at all. I don't know why it's here. I guess, if you want to catch up on your reading, apparently. But the books are a little difficult. So yeah, there's nothing in there. The second one will actually house another treasure chest, which contains a Revive, which will bring your Pokemon back to life at half health without using a Pokemon Center. But once you move a little bit further to the left, you will get ambushed again by another Hunter. And she has a Horsey and an Oddish, so electricity and fire will work really well here. As you can see, I have out for my starting team, my Palava and whatnot. And she'll also have Sandshrew as her backup. Once again, nothing too difficult in particular. And lastly, once you go up here, there will be another Bodybuilder. Fortunately, this is the last one minus the mini-boss battle at the top of here, but this is the final normal one with no shadows to catch. She has a Cagnia and a Tentacool, and her name is Elidie. I don't know how to pronounce that. Now, this one I was actually smart, and I showed which Pokemon I opened with, and I'm going to do that from now on, show you which ones I start with, just to give you an idea of what's going on. But finally, after doing that, you can walk up ahead of her, and that will take you to the roof. Alright, so now we're on the roof after finally dealing with all of those ridiculous amounts of trainers. You'll notice there's another guy over here and he's blocking a little exit, but for right now we're not going to worry about him. We'll take care of him later. Right now our primary concern is going in here. Now, going to warn you right now, I did say I'd get more Pokeballs, and I did do that, as you can tell by my items right now. I've got 33 Great Balls and 20 Pokeballs, and because I bought 20 of these, I also got another Premier Ball, which I probably won't use. I'll probably keep the Premier Balls for something, I don't know. A really dire situation, maybe? I don't know. Either way, you are going to want to have at least a couple of Pokeballs and a couple Great Balls, because you're going to be catching 2 Shadow Pokemon back-to-back right here. And, you know, if you're trying to go for all the Shadow Pokemon without having to go back later in the game to get them, you may be resetting just for that sole fact that you do have to catch 2 in a row right here. It's a little annoying, but what are you going to do? Either way, I'm going to have for my starting part of the team, even though their heart gauge is already taken care of, I'm going to have Kulava and Flaffy, and the reason for that is the first person you're fighting will have a Bug, Poison, which is Spinarak, and a Water, as well as their Shadow Pokemon, which is also Water, but either way, having these 2 out, I'll be able to take out whichever one they send out that's not the Shadow Pokemon, so that is the reason I'm doing that. So, I think with all that said and done, let's go ahead and get started. So yeah, Sylvia got theoretically beat up. It's a great thing about, you know, playing Pokemon. You can be as violent as you want, as long as no one sees it, so they explained to Sylvia what actually happened and that he's getting blackmailed. So here we have our 2 back-to-back battles, and the first one coming up is Mirror BP on Wraith. She has a Spinarak as well as the Remoraid. She'll always start with the Remoraid, and offhand I can't remember what her second Pokemon is, but I guess we'll find out. Spinarak will be weak to Espeon's Confusion or Typhlosion's Flame Wheel. Either one of those work. Love Disc was the other one. That would explain why I had Flaffy sent out. So her Remoraid is a really low level. If you didn't notice it, it's only level 20, and the rest of her team was 32 and 33, so it's a lot lower leveled. And your team's going to be higher than level 20, because the Pokemon you start out with, Umbreon and Espeon, are 25, so you will have a higher level. There's no way around it. So that means you're going to have to be really careful when attacking this thing. And this is a good instance of where Swift would come in handy. And also, if you have Thunder Wave for Flaffy to paralyze, that's probably going to be your best combination. Since it is only level 20 and the first Shadow Pokemon you catch is higher than that, it should be pretty easy just to take it out with normal Pokeballs whenever it's at yellow or, you know, anything like that. So half health, you know, a status effect, you can probably throw Pokeballs at it and have a pretty good chance of catching it. You can see Swift did more than enough damage. The only reason I used Cotton Spore was just to lower its speed and kind of waste up a turn. Shadow Rush will still do recoil to it. It won't be very bad, you know, because it's recoil, it's not actual attack, so yeah, Pokeball should just work just fine with this one. Really, the only thing you have to worry about is killing this one, because it's pretty fragile, so watch out for that. Now, the funny thing about this is fighting the second of the 2, which is Firma, because hers is a complete 180 on how her Shadow Pokemon works. This one is very hard to catch, and it has pretty decent health overall. This is definitely one of the 2 that I had trouble with catching. You'll see while you watch this. So in addition to Mantine, she has Apom, Furret, and I believe another normal type. Mantine's her only different type. So just expect normal types from her. So if you're using a fighting, you know, Makuhita, then that might help. But honestly, you can just muscle your way through it. But yeah, Mantine can take a little bit of a beating. Certainly a lot more than Remoraid could, because it's 13 levels higher for one. And it's just got better defense stat-wise in general. Even if it was level 20, it would be a little bit stronger. So it can take a fair amount of a beating. That's pretty much all I have to say on this one. This one can be a little bit harder to catch, and since it is back-to-back, you just have to be a little bit careful. If you catch the Remoraid and then fail, you know, if you lose this battle, I think you will still have the Remoraid, and you can still recatch the Mantine, so that's pretty much all on that front. I'm going to be quiet for the rest of this and let you guys just enjoy the battle and the mass amounts of attempts it took to catch this stupid thing, because it was pretty ridiculous. now that we we have taken care of both of those guys, or girls, don't believe the guide, they run away. There's a little file on the table. First, let's talk to Sylvia. Do you people know duking? Yeah, kinda. Well, I guess he didn't see us talking. Or he didn't see us whenever he was talking to duking earlier. I didn't know what was happening. Well, now you do know. You'll have to wait here. Ha! Oh no, it's you. Mirror B, you cowardly cheat. Yeah, you can see where we're gonna fight him in that little stage up there. So yeah, he'll be waiting at the cave, and what a surprise, he has Plusle. Can we talk to you again? He got creamed by the guy who was guarding the cave. He was not that bad, but we're gonna pick up this file anyway. On file S. Just gonna make a quick little note real here. If you do take the elevator and go down, there is a small item you can pick up. Make sure you don't walk through the door, because if you do, it's going to open and then close behind you, and it'll lock behind you again. This was at the start of the area, but you can pick this up really quickly and find 3 Hyper Potions, which will increase your Pokemon's, or not increase, but heal your Pokemon for 200 HP. And at this point in the game, that's essentially a full heal, so definitely worth picking those up. So just make sure that if you're going for just that item, don't walk out the door, because then you'll have to go all the way back around to get it again. Alright, so finally here we have Hunter Doken. I'm not even going to try to make that joke, because it's too bad. But anyway, his shadow Pokemon is a Quillfish, as you can see. He also has a Goldeen, and I would assume the last one he has is also Water type. Wouldn't surprise me. So yeah, Flaffy can, completely destroy this team, which for the non-shadow Pokemon works fantastically. You can take him out real easy. Oh no, he doesn't. He has Linoon. Okay, so another normal type. A little bit odd to see that, but either way. The Quillfish, the main problem with it is the fact that it's a poison type, and also physical attacks. If you attack it with something physical, it will poison you with poison points, so you really have to watch out for that. That could be a big issue in trying to catch this one. Now, it is level 33, similar to Mantine. I believe its defense is a lot lower than Mantine's. I don't know how much of a beating it can take, probably not too much, but generally, for the most part, I don't have trouble catching this. If I just throw a few Great Balls, it'll usually do the job without any problems. So I'll be quiet and let you guys watch me catch this, and apparently return at a critical hit. I don't remember that happening, but I'm pretty sure that should be enough health to beat it right there. So, like I said, for reals, I'll be quiet, and this is the end of my post-commentary, so future me is saying goodbye. So battling is fun. That was good enough for me. If you want to go through, go right ahead. Well, wow, you're actually a pretty cool guy. All right, awesome. We're going to do that next time in the next episode. I'm not sure what I'm at on time. I'm at an hour and 9 minutes here. I don't know what it's going to be like when I'm through editing. Last time when I was about at 109, it was about what I needed, so we'll find out. If I need to record more, then awesome. If not, oh well. Then I guess the episode might be a little bit short. But next time on Let's Play Pokemon Colosseum, we're going to be heading into Pirate Cave. See you guys then. And once again, sorry for this being put up so late. It was a mix of my dad sleeping in the guest room and the toilet paper bandit, and I'm just going to leave that in your minds as I go to heal. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, y'all.